What do you want them to do as a fan?
I want them to trade up for Cam Ward. But it ain't going to happen. I never say never. I think the Titans like him too much to give it up. And I also think that if they decide they don't want him, the price is going to be exorbitant. Now, if you the only way the Browns get him, well, I mean, look, the Titans could take Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. They could.
Sure.
They could shock the world, take Shador. You never know.
Never know.
That would be shocking. But the only way the Browns get him is if the Titans decide, all right, this has all been a ruse. We like another player better. But we either A, take that other player, or B, call the Browns or the Titans or whomever and say, we'll take anything. Start bidding. Like, we'll go to 2. We don't want to go to 3. We'll go to 2 or 3. But, 3 is going to have to pay more than 2. Go for it. And then maybe you do get it for a couple of 2s or a 2 and a 3. Or maybe the Giants go, we'll give you a 1 next year. That scenario is possible, but as Andrew Berry said last Sunday at the annual meeting in Florida, it is unlikely that the Browns can do it or that they will even be given the opportunity to do it. Because if the Giants, or rather the Titans, decide to get out, as Mike Mayock said yesterday, look, they got to be lockstep with ownership there. You never know. I'm not saying Amy Adams Strunk is making this decision, but you're going into a new stadium soon. You need the quarterback. Like, you all got to be on the same page. Organizations will always tell you, hey, this is an organizational decision. Well, who has the final say? Whose contract says you have the final say? Guys, it might say this person has the final say, but we're going to do this together. And if the Titans just say we're going to take him, then they're going to take him, and there's nothing you can do. And you just got to live with that. Yes, could you call up and say, here are 3 1s? I guarantee the Titans would listen to that. But are you really going to give up 3 1s to go from 2 to 1? That's dumb. By the way, if they do that, please don't play this back. But you get my point. you just don't. You don't do that. You don't give up 3 1s to go from 2 to 1.
Right.
And
unless you're in a movie.
Unless you're in a movie.
No matter what.
And then he ended up getting all his picks back because he was a pancake-eating MF.
I mean, that movie is so unrealistic.
I know, but it's great.
It is so the idea that you would trade up to 1 and then not have any idea of who you're going to take. You just go to 1 and then you figure it out. Right? You just go figure it out.
The draft. It's super fun. Also, I wanted to ask you about this, Andrew. You, after Myles Garrett, much ballyhooed offseason for him, ultimately stays in Cleveland, gets the record contract. You had a conversation with him where Myles made it seem like he was told what the plan is at quarterback. What did you take away from that conversation, and did you get any idea of knowing what the actual plan is from him?
So I've been asked this 1,000 times. Thank you for asking.
Yeah,
for those who did not see, after Myles Garrett did do the deal and he did the podium that day, a Friday a few weeks ago, he did my Browns podcast. I have a podcast in the Browns, on the Browns media platforms. It was on Zoom. I did it from here in California. So I asked Myles, do you know the plan of quarterback? And he smiled. Yeah.
He made it seem like he knew.
Yeah. I go, do you like the plan? So, Myles, can you tell us the plan? He's like, no, I can't tell you the plan. Brown Social did a great job. Justin Fila and others have cutting that and zooming in on Myles. They did a really good job. But did I have a conversation off air about what they discussed? I did not, because it was on Zoom and I did not have the opportunity of, hey, if I were there, the two of us walking down the hallway and talking about it afterwards. I didn't have that because I did it on Zoom and there were other people in the room, not only in the Zoom room, but in the room, the physical room. I think the door was open out to the hallway as well. The Browns have their studio downstairs kind of off the lobby. It wasn't, I had no opportunity to go, all right, cut. Dude, what's going on? I wish I did. Now, I did ask Kevin Stefanski in a Monday interview that I don't know if it's aired on clevelandbrowns.com yet. That exact question. Hey, Myles and I talked. It seemed like he knew what was going on. What did you tell him? Kevin, of course, gave a silly answer. I don't remember what it was. He's not going to say it. But what's amazing is if you look at the comments on that video, whether it's Instagram or TikTok or Twitter or whatever, is that everybody is using that look on Miles' face to confirm whatever crazy idea they have. So the comments underneath were, I told you it's going to be Kirk Cousins, or I told you they're drafting Shador, or I told you this means they're trading up and they're taking Cam Ward, or I told you they're bringing Flacco back. There's been crazy ones like it's going to be Russell Wilson because Russell was in the building that very day. There's been even crazier ones like, see, I told you they're trading for Kyler. I'm like, what? Huh? But everybody is using that as confirmation of their best guess. And the answer is, I don't know. And as Tom just said there, around the league meetings, and I got this 50 times as well, everybody is asking, hey, what are the Browns doing? Yeah. I'm like, don't look at me. If they're asking me and they're asking Tom, and neither of us have an answer, I don't know. I really don't. The Browns are great at keeping it tight.
Yeah, nothing's really leaked out or anything, whereas it seems like everyone you talk to, the consensus is, well, Cam Ward's going number 1, Tennessee's going to take him, and the draft starts at 2. That's literally what Tom just told us.
Right.
But we kind of really have no idea what Cleveland's thinking, which way they're leaning, and it really is going to be a surprise on draft night. You know, if you ask us right now, it's going to be a surprise on draft night what they do it to.
The Browns have ownership in the building today in Colorado. As we speak, it is Colorado Pro Day, although if you watch on NFL Network, it's called the Colorado Showcase. And in the building, they have signs that say, "We ain't hard to find showcase." That's what Colorado is calling it. It is snowing in Boulder. They are indoors. The Browns met last night. Owner Jimmy Haslam, other members of ownership, coach, GM, everybody, with both Shador and Travis Hunter. They had the dinner. Shador is throwing today, friends. There is your headline. He is throwing, and he is throwing to Travis Hunter. That was not expected to happen. I don't know if arms were twisted at dinner last night. I don't know if this was the plan all along. I got no clue. But Travis Hunter is catching footballs today from Shador Sanders. So this is real and this is legitimate.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.